There's a truth about grace that the devil hopes you never understand, because the moment you see it, his main weapon against you stops working. And I'm going to show you what that is in just a minute. But first, we need to talk about how you misunderstand the grace of God. Number one, the devil wants you to abuse grace. In Romans 6, verse 1, it says, "What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?" The number one lie the enemy tells you about grace is that if you get that second chance, you won't take sin seriously. And here's the truth, that the flower of grace does not grow the thorns of sin. The soil of the fruit of grace does not grow in the root of sin. A briar patch does not equal a wildflower field. And the enemy makes you afraid of the grace, the true grace of God, because this lie comes into your mind that if I am completely forgiven and have a million chances, then I will just sin anytime and every time that I want to. And if people get this unconditional grace, they will have unending sin. And so the devil wants you to take grace as a license to do whatever in the world that you want to do. But Jesus gives you grace so that you have the freedom to experience the blessing of following Him. And so we understand that this leads us to the second lie the devil loves about grace. And that is, the devil wants you to doubt the grace of God. What does he do? He uses blackmail to prevent you from accepting the offer on the table of Jesus Christ. He uses guilt, shame, and condemnation, and he doesn't want you to find out what Romans 8 verse 1 says. He doesn't want you to find this out. In Romans 8 verse 1 it says, "There is therefore now no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus, who do not walk according to the flesh, but according to the Spirit." Did you read that? The devil doesn't want you to know that the grace of God comes with no condemnation. It says, therefore now what? No condemnation. No digging up bones. No digging up your past. No digging up your record. Why? The devil wants to use your guilt, the shame of what you've done in the past, to make you wake up every single day and tell you that no, you're not forgiven. No, there's no hope for that. And he uses it as blackmail to say, no, you're too bad for the grace of God, when in fact that's the perfect soil that the grace and flowers of grace grow in. So he uses your guilt to say you don't qualify, that's for those other people, and he makes you talk yourself into rejecting God's offer on the table. And then in a moment, I'm going to show you the truth about grace that destroys the enemy's biggest weapon. That brings us to point 3. What's such a big deal is that the enemy hates grace because grace removes the devil's legal accusation against you for your sin. In Revelation 12 verse 10, we find the devil's title that you probably didn't realize. That is how he gets one over on us. In Revelation 12 verse 10, this is what it says. In Revelation 12 verse 10, "Then I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ have come, for the accuser of our brethren who accused them before our God day and night has been cast down. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death." And so we find that the one thing that the devil hates about grace is he can lay no claim to our guilt. He cannot hold that debt over our heads, because just like in Revelation, they called him the accuser. That's a very important distinction, because the devil cannot send you to hell. He can't make you sin. He cannot steal your soul. But what can he do? He can accuse you. He can make you feel so low down and dirty that you throw away the offer of grace on the table when in fact you completely qualified for God's grace and mercy and love. And so therefore, do not let him blackmail you, saying that grace isn't for you, that you can have a license of sin, and that you are headed in the wrong direction, but accept the offer of grace and don't believe the lies that he's telling you.